Most people think Jake Paul makes his money from fighting. The pay-per-view numbers, the spectacle, the massive fight purses. And that's true, but here's the thing. Because while the fights are what you see and one of the ways the cash flows, the real story is happening in the background. We're going to dive deep into how his wealth actually compounds through early investments, private deals, and ownership stakes most people never even hear about. There's one decision he made at 22 that turned into more money than most of his fights combined. And once you see the pattern, you can't unsee it. Here's what would shock most people. In his early 20s, everyone saw him as a hype-beast influencer, the loud YouTuber, the guy starting drama, the clickbait machine. But while everyone was dismissing him, he was quietly taking a massive chunk of his income and deploying it into early-stage companies. Not flashy consumer brands, enterprise software, defense tech, infrastructure. The kind of stuff most 22-year-olds wouldn't even understand, let alone invest in. That business sense, it's the part that nobody talks about. Jake Paul is worth hundreds of millions of dollars and on his way to being a billionaire. But what's more interesting than the number is how he got there. So we're going to break this down in order, by when he invested, by how old he was at each step, and how his decisions evolved as his net worth grew. And of course, what you can learn from it. This is Jake Paul's portfolio breakdown. Age 22, ramp, seed round. Jake's first major venture-style win came early. At just the age of 22, he invested in the seed round of Ramp. Ramp is a company that helps businesses manage their finances, corporate credit cards, expense tracking, accounts payable. You might think it's boring on the surface, but here's the thing most people forget about with investing. Boring infrastructure is often where the biggest outcomes hide. By November 25, Ramp reached a valuation of over $32 billion. When Jake invested, the company was valued somewhere in the $15 to $25 million range. So on paper, that single decision at age 22 turned into well over 1,000x before dilution. Now let's put it into perspective. Imagine if you put $100,000 into that seed round in 2019. By 2025, that's worth $128 million before dilution. Even after dilution, let's say you get cut to 10% of that, you're still looking at over $12 million from one check at 22. You could buy expensive cars, flashy jewelry, whatever. But instead, you're investing in the seed round of Ramp. That's the part that people miss. 22 years old, Jake was getting into rooms most people never even see due to his rising fame as a content creator. And this key detail was critical to his overall success, which we'll dive into later. Age 22, Chronosphere. Early round to acquisition. Around that same early career window, Jake also invested in Chronosphere in the first fundraising round. Chronosphere is an observability company, which in terms means it's software that helps large teams monitor and run complex cloud computing systems. Think of it like a dashboard for the internet's plumbing. Not flashy, not consumer-facing, but critical to all infrastructure. In November 2025, Chronosphere was acquired for $3.35 billion. That's more than the GDP of some small countries. And this is where the pattern starts to show in Jake's portfolio. Non-obvious companies, and once you see that pattern, you start noticing it everywhere in his portfolio. Now, here's where people get skeptical. You might be thinking, yeah, but he's famous, of course he gets these deals. And while that might be a little true, fame alone doesn't explain why he picked these companies over hundreds of others you could have invested in. Plenty of celebrities invest in startups and lose a lot of money. Most athlete investors, they get equity in protein brands, maybe a restaurant chain, but Jake's investing like a Silicon Valley venture fund. The difference is pattern recognition, and we're about to see it again. If this breakdown has been informative and you enjoy it, please consider hitting subscribe. We have a lot more portfolio breakdowns on the way soon, and make sure to comment underneath this video on who we should cover next. All right, let's get back into it. Age 25, Anduril. Now, fast forward a few years, Jake is 25, and the scale of the bets change. In 2022, he invested in Anduril during its Series E round. The valuation was $8.48 billion. This is where things shift. This wasn't an early startup bet anymore. This is an institutional-grade bet. Anduril builds autonomous defense systems, drones, surveillance towers, AI-powered military tech. Since then, Anduril's valuation has climbed to over $30 billion, already a multi-X outcome, with potential upside still ahead, including an IPO that will push it even higher. Now, watch what happens when you have two massive wins like Ramp and Chronosphere on your track record. You get invited to bigger rounds, later stages, greater companies, more capital. This is the moment where the portfolio stops looking opportunistic and starts looking like a structured system, because Jake's next pick continues to prove this. Age 25, Olipop, a consumer growth bet. In 2022, Jake invested in Olipop. The company's valuation at the time was $200 million. But this investment was different from Jake's previous picks. Olipop was a consumer-facing CPG product, and it scaled fast. Olipop is a soda brand that positions itself as a healthier alternative. Prebiotics, low sugar, sold at Target and Whole Foods, the brand is now valued near $2 billion. That's close to a 10x ROI in under 3 years. And their most recent round of funding came in at a whopping $1.85 billion. And the brand keeps expanding through major retail partnerships and collaborations. This is where the real diversification in Jake's portfolio shows up. He's not just invested in tech, not just defense, but consumer product growth as well. Different categories, same pattern. He's not chasing trends. Jake is the king of identifying potential momentum in companies early and investing before the iron is hot. This is where his investment portfolio stops being random lucky picks and starts being a proven strategy. Age 27, Cognition AI. Now we move into Jake's late 20s. In 2024, at age 27, he invested in Cognition AI, a company that builds autonomous software agents. At first, this sounds pretty abstract, but in practice, it means software that can reason, act, and complete tasks on its own. Think of it like hiring a developer, except the developer is an AI. Every single one of these companies Jake invests in is solving a real consumer problem that scales. Not a fad, not a consumer trend, real infrastructure that grows with the economy. That's not a coincidence. Jake invested in Cognition AI at a reported $2 billion valuation. Today, the company sits at over $10 billion. The latest valuation came in at around 10.2. These aren't just early bets for Jake's portfolio anymore either. They're directional ones. He's placing capital where the future is moving: AI, automation, software infrastructure. It's not about getting lucky. It's about seeing the same opportunity structure over and over. His portfolio also includes smaller investments in companies like Polymarket, prediction markets that saw massive volume during the 2024 election, OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, valued north of $150 billion, Flock Safety, license recognition plate software used by the police department across the US, physical intelligence, robotics, and embodied AI company. Different categories, same pattern. Modern consumer problem solving and easily scalable. If you were to just add up these 7 core major investments and current valuations in Jake's portfolio, you would be looking at $100+ million in total value. And that's before Jake's real estate portfolio, or before any of the companies he actually owns himself or outright. Jake Paul isn't just investing in companies, he's also building his own. He co-founded Better, a sports betting platform, alongside Joey Levy. That company has been valued north of $375 million. That's bigger than some publicly traded gambling companies. He also co-founded W, a deodorant and CPG brand where he's the face of the company. Reported valuations there are north of $150 million. And then there's Anti-Fund, his venture firm with Jeffrey Wu, later joined by Logan Paul. They recently announced a $30 million fundraise. This is the full evolution. Investor, operator, capital allocator, and all of that sits on top of cash flow and all of his other endeavors. Now, here's what makes Jake's whole portfolio work. Jake has major brand partnerships, including Celsius. He has a fighting business which generates tens of millions of dollars per fight. Some estimates put his fight earnings at $40 million plus per event, probably higher now. And he runs a representation business backing fighters who appear on his cards too, owning a piece of the whole stack and supporting fighters at the same time. So when you zoom out, the picture becomes clear. This isn't just someone earning money and spending it, it's someone recycling attention into income into assets. The fights generate cash, the cash funds investments, the investments compound, and the cycle repeats. That's the structure most people never see when looking at Jake Paul at face value. This guy is a genius. This is why the fighting alone doesn't explain Jake Paul's wealth. The portfolio does. Built early, built quietly, and scaled as time went on. Remember that first investment at just 22? The one in Ramp? That's single bet, and it's just one line item in a portfolio worth hundreds of millions. The future multi-billion-dollar Jake Paul empire isn't hype. It's structured. This is the investment game. Fighting is the show. Investing is the legacy. The punches pay for today. The portfolio pays for generations. Subscribe for more portfolio breakdowns like this. I'm Buster. See ya.